Yep.
Hey guys, Gary here. I'm with Aaron Little of Performance Edge and Tactical Response as well. So I wanted to do an interview with you for a little while.
Awesome.
Just because, well, I tell people all the time, like, check out your channel.
Thank you.
And I sing your praises, even if you don't notice that I'm singing your praises.
I greatly appreciate it.
So I was having a hard time coming up with a question for you because I was like, well, I don't know I'm not sure what line to approach because I'm not getting you to sell a product to me. Like, hey, tell me about your new thing or whatever.
Okay.
But I got one.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but I did a video a little while back talking about channels that people should be watching. Like, I don't know if it was a top 10 or 6 or so. I picked some and I recommended your channel.
Thank you.
In that I said that you were the most inspirational person I have ever been in a room with.
Thank you. That's humbling. Thank you very much.
Well, and I mean it. I truly mean it. So for those of you who haven't had a class with Aaron or talked to Aaron, he is very, very positive, like ultra positive. So my question was, have you always been this beacon of positive vibe? And if not, either what caused you to get there, how do you recommend somebody else get to that being more positive? Because I wasn't always a positive person.
Sure.
And when I became, focusing on the positive side of things, my whole life got better. Like I can't describe how much it improved. And I was like, well, Aaron is more positive than anyone I know, and I don't know what changed to make me more positive, but you have studied this kind of thing much more than I have.
And I have an answer.
Good.
Awesome. When Gary told me he had a question for me, I said, "What's the topic?" I'm not going to tell you. So I'm very thankful that I have an answer. So, I joined the Army. I was a combat engineer in the Army, and everything was going great. Before that, I was never really a negative guy, but just normal, just average.
Yep.
And what put me out of the Army is I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and that meant I was non-deployable, so out of the Army. And then I go to college, and I'm battling being sick, and I don't want to say I suffered from depression, but I was depressed.
You're right.
Right? I'm sick, and it's cost me this thing I thought was going to be a career, and there's all these things that I felt like was holding me back. Mm-hmm. And I started focusing more and more and more on that negative aspect of my life. And what I discovered was the more I did that, the sicker I got.
Okay.
Right? So if that's true, the more I focus on the negative, the sicker I got. Then the opposite would be, the more I focused on the good days instead of the bad, the healthier I would be. Or at least, the more importance I would put on those healthy days.
Right.
Miraculously, the healthier I got. Didn't cure Crohn's disease, I still get sick, but I just made a choice because I realized being positive about something, being negative about something is a choice.
Right.
That we make. I made a choice to look for the silver linings. So it just over time became my goal. Any negative thing that happens in my life, I force myself to identify the positive intent. What is the good thing? What is the lesson learned? I mean, the worst we can think, someone we care about passes away. It's hard to think about positive intent in that, but what we can reflect on is all of the good that person brought to our lives.
Right. And like everybody says, it's weird, they say, I don't want anyone to mourn for me, I want to celebrate what I did. Nobody, it's hard for people to do that.
Correct.
But I'm like, that's what they wanted. They've said those words to you. And we still have a hard time finding that.
So what I found over time is the more I focused on positive intent, positive reactions to negative reactions, the healthier I was. The happier I was. The happier the people around me was. So I was never really a negative guy. I was just always kind of like indifferent.
Right.
But many years ago, once I discovered that the more positive I was, the healthier I was. Because Crohn's disease, I believe, is both a diet and a stress.
Right.
Both of those can negatively impact me. Well, I work very hard to keep my diet in check. And I also work equally as hard to keep stress in check. And I do that by staying positive. Does that mean that negative things don't happen? Of course not. Negative things happen all the time, and they get me down. But when I catch myself thinking, negative thoughts, I try to stop myself and look for and identify and sometimes even write out what are the positive effects of this. Oh, I lost my job. Well, now I have the opportunity to try something new. Now I have the opportunity to look for a new job. I really wanted this car, and that car sold before I could buy it. Well, maybe there's a better car out there. Now I have opportunity for something else. I can get mad. That doesn't solve anything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
So, answer your question?
Oh yeah, I answered it great.
Awesome.
Answered it great. And it's funny because my fiance Jen is going to watch this, and well, I hope she watches it. I'm not even sure she subscribes, but but she always tells me, she's like, you're so positive. I don't know how you can be so positive. And when I lost my job around Thanksgiving,
Right.
she was like, how can you be so positive about it? I said, well, I'm going to do something else.
Yes.
And she's like, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. Hopefully tactical response.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Right.
And so we actually conversed, and I think being positive about that is one of the things that kind of pushed me more to make this happen. Because you know, it wasn't like James was just like, oh yeah, I need somebody. He knew I needed a job and I wanted to work
Right.
here. But
to throw in on that real quick, it takes a lot more than just positive thoughts.
Right.
It takes positive actions.
Yes.
You know, it's one thing to think, okay, I lost my job. That's an opportunity for something new, but I have to get out there. I have to make.
Yeah, I got to go
positive
make
things
that happen.
I have to make.
But it won't
that's
happen.
what you said you did.
Right.
And you made this happen.
Yes. Yeah. So I just thought that was great when you said about losing the job. I was like, hey, that just happened like a couple months back.
Absolutely. And does being depressed and negative and hateful and cussing all the time and kicking the cat, and does that help you find a job?
No.
No, absolutely not.
None of it.
Absolutely. But being positive makes you happier
Indeed.
and creates more opportunity.
Yep. I agree. I agree completely.
That's my thoughts.
I like it. So also, I just want to pimp some stuff here. You guys see this shirt on me a lot, and I said it is my favorite shirt.
That version has quickly become my favorite as well.
Right. So more than this version.
Yes.
And I don't know. Is it an American Apparel shirt?
It is an American Apparel.
I thought so.
See, American Apparel tri-blend. So
Yes,
I like that fit and feel.
Yeah. And we're not even built the same, and we both like this shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's great. It's great.
So you did this on Teespring.
I did.
Some time ago. And I bought it just was like, hey, you know, I like Aaron, and
Yep, thank you.
If it gets him $1 off the shirt sales, because I know there's not like a profit margin there to speak
Right.
of, I was like, but it's a cool shirt, and if it helps support him, all the better.
Appreciate
and it became like my favorite shirt. You guys are in luck because you've done it again.
I did. I released it yesterday, actually, and I
Right.
think it goes for like 10, 14 days, something like that.
It is the 11th of July right now, so this video will be my next one that I put out just to make sure it's time sensitive.
Thank you. If you're looking for this shirt, if you want to buy, throw Performance Edge some love, it is teespring.com/Performance Edge Summer 2105.
And I'm going to put the link right down here in the description box. You can, I don't think YouTube lets you click on it, but there's going to be a link down there. Cut and paste it and go buy a cool shirt. Even if you don't know who we're talking about, you'll like the shirt anyway.
Yeah, and have some positive thoughts about it.
Yes, very positive thoughts.
Awesome.
All right, well, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you so much for getting me in front of your camera.
Oh, yeah, thanks for being on here.
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right, take it easy, guys.